All right, so in section 11-2, we talked about exponential functions. And in this video, we're going to talk about the inverse, which is the logarithmic functions. So to start us off, this is the idea of something that we want to solve, where the x is in the exponent instead of down below. And so that's something that we hadn't dealt with before we ever talked about logarithmic functions. So if we're trying to solve this right now, I can't divide by 16 because this isn't 16 times x, this is 16 to the power of x. So what we want to try to do is get to have their bases be the same. So 16 is 4 times 4, and 4 is 2 times 2. So I can say that 16 is 2 to the 4th, and that's to the x power, or I could say 2 to the 4x, knowing that a power of a power tells me to multiply. And so 32, that is 16 times 2. So notice 16 is 2 to the 4th. We just figured that out, times 2 to the 1st. So that gives me 2 to the 5th. Okay. So now that I have the same bases, I can set my exponents equal to each other. So I can say 4x is equal to 5, which makes x equal to 5/4. So that means, for example, if I take the 4th root of 16 to the 5th power, I should get 32. So notice we said 16 was 2 to the 4th power. And so these two cancel, giving me 2 to the 5th. And we said 2 to the 5th is 32. And so that means that we got that correct. So a big note for that problem is we can solve the equation because we can get the bases to be equal. If we tried to solve something like 3 to the x equal to 5, then we wouldn't be able to do that because I can't get 3 and 5 to have the same base, and so we need a function to help us do that. So remember that the inverse of a function is the reflection with respect to the line y equal x. So if I took a piece of patty paper and I traced this blue exponential function, and I reflected it across that dashed line of y is equal to x, then we would get this green, what's called a logarithmic function. So something to notice, this has a horizontal asymptote, this one now has a vertical asymptote, right? And since the graph of exponential functions pass the horizontal line test, meaning I can drag a horizontal line all the way down and it only touches the blue graph once, that means that the green one is going to pass the vertical line test, saying that it's a function. We can also find the inverse of an exponential function by interchanging the x and y values in the ordered pairs of the function. So notice this graph said y is equal to 5 to the x. This graph is saying x is equal to 5 to the y power. So that's why we say that the inverse of y is equal to 5 to the x is equal to 5 to the y. And y in that second equation is called the logarithm of x. So what I want you to see up here is this exponent is the logarithm. So logarithms are exponents. So if you have that in your mind, logarithms are exponents, logarithms are exponents, logarithms are exponents, then everything else will start to make sense. So it's usually written as y is equal to the log base 5 of x, and is read just how I said it. Y is the log base 5 of x. So the function y is equal to the log base a of x is called a logarithmic function. So the two different forms that we have, one is we could put it in exponential form. So remember we said x was equal to 5 to the y power, and that was the same as y is equal to the log base 5 of x. So in this case, the base is going to be a instead of 5. So in exponential form, y is the exponent, a is the base, and we said a had to be greater than 0 and not equal to 1. So in this case, x greater than 0 is going to be the number because any positive number to any power is going to remain positive. Even if the exponent is negative, it just means flip it and put it in the denominator. When it comes to the logarithmic form, y is still that exponent, a is still the base, a still has to be greater than 0 and not equal to 1, and x still has to be greater than 0 because it's that same number as it would have been on the left-hand side. So that means the base of a log cannot be negative or 1 or 0, sorry, and the number itself that we take the log of has to be a positive number. It can't be 0 and it can't be negative. And so you cannot take the log of a negative number. So if we take a look at these, there's nothing to solve. It's just writing it in a different form. So we're going to write it in exponential form. So remember, exponential form was y is equal to a to the x power, right? So in this case, my base is 3. My number is 81 and my exponent is 4 because remember, logs are exponents. So whatever they're equal to is the exponent. And then if we plug this into our calculator, 3 to the 4th would be the same as 3 squared times 3 squared, which is 9 times 9, and we do get 81. So the equation that you get when you're done should be a true equation. So that is that log function in exponential form. So see what you can do with number 2. So hopefully you got number 2 to be 8 to the 1/3 is equal to 2. So notice that's saying the cube root of 8, but we know that 8 is 2 cubed. And since the root and the power cancel, we would get 2. And so this is a true statement. So take a moment and try 3. So we get 10 to the negative 2 power is equal to 1 over 100. So remember that negative says put it in the denominator and square it, and then 10 squared is 100. So we did get the same answer as that right-hand side. And so this is the exponential form of that logarithmic function. So the next question says do it in reverse, and we want to write it in log form. And so again, it's log, or y equals the log base a of x. And I'm going to put that y on the right-hand side just to match these top ones up here. So we have the log base 3, because 3 is the base of my exponential function, of the number, which is 27, is equal to the exponent, which is 3. So remember, this bottom number here is the base, and this top number here is the exponent. All right, so go ahead and try number 5. So you should have the log base. So in this case, the base of this exponential here is 5. The number that it's equal to is 1 over 125, and that's equal to the exponent, which is negative 3. So again, this is saying 5 to what power gives me 1 over 125. So go ahead and try number 6. And so we should get the log base 1/4 of the number 256 is equal to negative 4. So notice the base has to be positive. What we take the log of has to be positive, but the exponent can be negative. So it's okay for a log to equal a negative number, but the base and the number you're taking the log of cannot be negative.